Hey y'all, your favorite event planner producer is back with another video. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Taylor and I create content around what it's like to be a event producer living in New York City, someone who's young, a black girl, and just the perspective of what I love about events, tips about event planning if you're interested in an event producer career, how to get there, how I got there, and just share some of my experiences as being an event producer in New York City. So this video is just gonna be about, why I love event management and kind of why I think it fits me. And if you're interested in pursuing a career in event management, if any of these things resonate with you, it might be something that you wanna consider. So let's get right into it. The first reason why I love event management and why I think I'm good at it is because, y'all, I am really a project management girly, okay? I don't know if you can see my shirt, but I went to NYU and I went there for my project management master's. And honestly, best decision I've ever made. My first job right out of college was in project management. I had no idea that it was project management, and that's kind of how I discovered the path. And being an event producer is really being a project manager. Like, you are bringing the teams together to make the right decisions, to make the right process, to create an event, whether it's for a client, whether it's for yourself. It is about knowing the teams that you need to bring together and pull together to kind of execute this role. And truthfully, I love that. Like, I love the fact that being a project manager or event manager doesn't mean that you have to be an expert on every topic. It just means that you have to pull in the right people to, bring the experts to the right room to then execute your event. Whether it's production and what you need for AV and audio and lighting and sound, or what you need from a florist, from a design perspective, or what you need from a photo booth or installation or anything like that. And just get the expertise from those in the area. Even when it comes down to catering, like, people think that catering really is just, pick what you want off the menu and that's what you're gonna get. No, with catering, they do rentals too. You have to select linen. You also have to come up with the times and schedules and best recommendation practices for, when the food's gonna come out, when it shouldn't come out, and match that against the program and what that's gonna look like. So there is so much when it comes to knowing who the players are, how they work with each other, and how to be kind of that advisor of it all to bring it all together. So that is truly what I enjoy about being an event manager. And the first thing is being a PM. Like, it just fits me, The second reason why I love event management is because I just am more of a creative person in general. I did not too great in school growing up, as I mentioned before. I mean, I got by, but I wasn't really amazing. I wasn't the smartest kid in the room ever. But I think I just learned differently, and I've learned that as I've gotten older, and I appreciate it. I think I'm just more creative. I like doing things with my hands more. I would rather go to a home ec class or a fashion design class than go to science or math. And that's okay. I've learned that that's okay. As a kid, you don't really realize how important that is to be okay. But my grandmother is really into design. She's a fashion designer. And I think a lot of my creative influence comes from her. She was a big boss. She started her own company in Jamaica, and then she came to the US and she built on that company. She went to FIT. When I was a kid, I thought I was going to FIT. I couldn't tell you where else I was going to go. All I knew is that she was close to what I wanted to be, so I needed to go to FIT. Ultimately, that did not end up happening. I ended up going to Temple University, but I still respect the FIT girlies and anyone who goes there, because the amount of respect that I have for my grandmother in a design and creative space is phenomenal. And she is someone who could literally say, oh, your dress is not fitting you right. Let me fix that and do it in 5 minutes. Like, she is 83 as of yesterday, and literally kills, like, she could make me a wedding dress right now. She's just that sharp. So all my life, I've kind of grown up around her creative influence, whether it was in the kitchen or at home and just sewing or knitting or anything. And I kind of just gravitate towards her in that sense. So for me, when it comes to event management, it's really cool to be able to bring someone's vision to life. Even if you're not, like I said before, an expert on something, like, you can gauge where they're trying to go and kind of, steer everyone in that direction, and how can they bring their expertise to get you to that direction. So that's what I love about just being creative, being able to kind of produce and have full creative direction over an event when someone allows you to, because not everybody allows you to do that, and it shows, y'all. It really does show. When they don't trust you, it shows. So that is the second reason why I love event management. The third reason, my attention span is so short term, it's ridiculous. I could see already gone. So like Rihanna said, if when she starts a project and she's on the first project, by the time she starts it and she's already like maybe not even halfway through, she's already on to the next thing because she's already bored. And that's really how my brain works. I get very bored all the time. So the good thing about event management is that there's always an end in sight for me. So if there's an event that we're producing and it takes 8 months to plan, I know that at the end of that 8 months, we're going to be done, on to the next. If another event's coming and we have 2 months to plan, at 2 months, it'll be done and that's next, or a week, or whatever the time frame is. There's just always an end in sight, which kind of loops back to project management. You are managing a project and then there's always an end. And it is really cool to be able to see what you could do within that time frame, whether it's a month or a year or 6 months. And just like the process you can create to get to that event. And truthfully, it can be tough when I have such a short attention span, especially when I'm working on longer events. But truthfully, it is worth it to see where things go with the event and just the process that I've built. And it keeps me interested because every day is different with events. Nothing is the same. So my short attention span, like once something is already solved, I'm already on to the next problem. Like there's always a problem that needs to be solved. And that's why I feel like I'm very successful in this space. The impact of being an event manager, I think, is so undermined, or, you know, it's just not highlighted in the way that I would love it to be, because you could plan a wedding and you're involved in every step of planning that wedding, whether it's getting the flowers, bringing together the venue, working with the on-site venue team. But at the end of the day, you really were a part of a process that got someone to their special day, and that's important. Or you were a part of planning a gala and you guys raised a bunch of money for a foundation for kids or adults or some sort of, cause. And truthfully, that impact is rewarding when you are working in a space that is like always going and you're on edge and you're always doing something, and then you kind of lead up to this moment and you're like, oh my gosh, like this was great and I'm glad I got to be a part of this. So whether it's a gala or a cocktail party or a birthday party, like you're usually producing something for someone or something or some reason, and it is a very rewarding process. So yeah, those are the 4 reasons why I think event management works for me and why I think I'm good at it. But if you're interested in also pursuing an event management career and these are some things that really resonate with you, I would highly suggest pursuing it. The thing about events is that you really just have to jump into it. Truthfully, you just need to start. And once you start and you find that either you're successful with it or you're not, just keep rolling with the punches, because being a successful event planner or producer just means like being able to take whatever hits your way, because it is not an easy career, y'all. You are constantly problem solving all the time. So make sure you're ready for that. And something is always going to go wrong. No matter what you do, there's always something that's going to go wrong. So now when I go into a gala or a cocktail party or an event or like there's always something that's not going to look how you thought it was going to look. It's not going to go how you thought it was going to go. Or this person messed up something, because there are so many players in the parts of bringing together this event that it's guaranteed that somebody might mess up. And then, it might look like it's on you, but it might not in the back of your head, So if you're interested and want to hear more, please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. But I'll be back for more videos. So bye, y'all.